Hello guys, this is Maya. Today we will talk about the EURNCD and what is my bias on EURNCD. So I will show you my strategy and I will show you portion by portion so that you will understand what is my bias here, what what is the prices that probably will hit. Okay, so let's dive into our chart. So I'm using the bigger time frame. So just a little explanation here. This is a unique time frame, which is you can find it only in a custom time frame, and I'm using different time frame. And yep, I cannot explain it more deeply, but just watch me, okay? So each of this candle representing 1 day candle, and this small one I called it the skipper, or they called it the midget, which is it shows only on a small period of time, which is representing for me that represent a skipping of one pattern in a day. So in a 1 day, in a natural 1 day candle, we cannot see it, but in this type of candle, I can see it that it skipped one pattern before the newly one candle show up. So this is just only my own explanation, but maybe there's a different use of this one. But as what I understand of this small midget one, it's the skipper for me. So okay, let's dive into our chart. So today I will show you now the bigger time frame. Okay, this is the bars. This is indicator. I'm using an indicator. They call it the bars. And as we can see here, that this bigger time frame representing that the market going here, which is we called it most of us called it the turtle soup, and then before running up and then it goes down. So if we watch more here, I will on another a bars indicator. I called it the small version of that big candle. So these two bars representing the left wing and the right wing, which is each of those wing. It's very important that we know that those candle finish the top or the bottom on each unique trajectory. So example, this one from the opening price, they go down here, which is creating a bottom, creating a turtle soup, and then going up, which is we hit the top from here, and then the next candle, the newly candle of this one, which is 2 weeks candle, and now the candle get both even on top and bottom, and the open and the close price are near each other. So what is our bias here? So I will open my Maya to know where the location of the pattern, what are the prices that could play in this scenario. So I will on my Maya. Okay, and then I will just clean it first, okay, so that it will not clutter. Okay. So here, if we watch closely, I just added the candles from here so that we can see that where we at now. So this yellow line representing the top, the very top of the year, or let's say the very top of the bigger container, which is, when I say container, I'm talking about more bigger time frame, the biggest time frame of the system. So this yellow line representing the top. So they can go past, but in my own understanding that I indicated here that this is the top, but they can pass it, but for me this is the top. Okay, so right now this is the trend line, which is for me it will not be violated. It can pass a little, but it can still respect this level. So I will not tackle about this one, so we focus here. So where's our prices here? So if we put our in EURNZD, this is a very obvious move. This is a very obvious move that EURNZD will go here. So if I put a price here, so this is exactly the 1.77517. So this is our price. So is that when we hit that, the next question is, if we hit this price, is there any prices that will candle will go? And yes, we have. All of you that you are using the ICT strategy, we have, yes, it has a so-called a fair value gap. They called it the fair value gap, but I called it only a gap. So, but my gap is different from what are the most mentor teach you that this is the gap. Yes, it is respected, those gap, but I have a different gap, which is my gap is I'm sure that they will go on that level, because on the other strategy they leave a lot of a fair value gap, but we don't know if those gap are taken today or not, or in a week. So my gap is different from others, so I'm sure that this gap will be taken. So how to spot my gap? Okay, so I will show you here. I will hide again the candle. I will hide again the candle. I will hide again the candle, and I will hide this one, the indicator. So now, if you can see here, this is also an indicator, but this indicator representing only the top and bottom of the day. So most of the time, this is very important, you know, that how the 1 day candle created this top and bottom, which is creating a new like a candle also. But most of the time when I will mention again the ICT, okay, but most of the time they will place the top and bottom from the previous day, getting the equilibrium of the top and bottom from the previous day, and they are now predicting the future using the previous one. So what do you mean by that? So what I mean in that is just like this. Okay, I will show you. So most of the time they plot it like this. They get the previous one, and then they will predict this current one. So it is a silhouette. I'm sorry for making it like this, but I think you can see it. Okay, so most of the time they will do like this, which is, yes, very interesting too. I'm using it. I'm also applying that to this type of technique, which is very helpful, because most of the time candles top and bottom are near each other. Sometimes they go the same size, which is they going up, the same sizes as we can see here, the same sizes, and the width and the width and the top and bottom, which is, if you see it very very closely, it is very close to each other. So this kind of technique, yes, it can use it really also a good technique. So I will just leave it. Okay, so I'm just explaining. Okay, I will just delete that one. So we will go back. Where is the fair value gap here? So the fair value gap here, where is the gap? So if you scroll like this, you can see the gap. The gap is here. This one and this one, the daily. But if you put a candle here, you cannot see it. So where's the gap? So the gap is here. So just plot it like that. I will just plot it like that. Okay, just plot it like that. So that's the gap. So this is the big potential that market will go here, filling this gap, which is most of the time market will go visit this gap. The best example here is this one. You can see this one. You can see this gap from here. You can see from the gap from here. Then they fill the gap and then continue going up. So we will not just focus that one, because it's a different strategy. This is just part of the Maya strategy. Okay. So I will put it back the way that now that we know that where is the gap from the Maya, using this different type of technique, unique one. So let's on our candle. Let's on our candle, and also our bars, which is like that. So now I will show you the next procedure, which is I called it the container of this bigger bars. So what is the container of this one? Because as you can see my candle, it has a holster. If you watch it very closely, the candle just like that, but it has an holster. If you put it like that, then you will show how strong the candle is and how weak the candle is. Okay, so if I put it like that and then applying my other technique, I called it the container of these bars, which is just like that. As you can see, did you see it? These bars. But this bars is not an indicator. It is a manually added. I will teach you maybe soon, but just imagine this one, okay? Just imagine this one. So in this procedure, the candle go here, which is this is the container, and then going up and then going up. So now the candle that created already the bottom, and now candle is passing the close price. So where it will go? It will go here. And if I put my I called it the hot gates from the top, because we spotted that there is a gap from here. So this is soon the target price of the EURNZD. This is the target. Soon. It will not happen right away, but we know that this is the target of the EURNZD. It will climb and then it will react. Dump, it will react. So very important that you know where the direction going, and then just adjust your leverage or whatever you're doing, that you can survive on whatever the circumstances of what you call that, a sudden dump or whatever it is you called it. But the only thing we want to know is where it will go, and now we spotted these prices, so we focus on that direction. Sooner or later this one will go. It will not happen right away, but sooner, or maybe 3 days from now, it will hit these prices. So now that we conclude that we will go in this price, so good luck to you guys. So I will just finish my video. Hope I get a little of I get a little of what they called it, a good bias from you, a good what they called it, a good it's hard for me to explain because it's not my natural language. So I'm just hope you guys like my video and my content of this one, and I will create more video like this. And please like and subscribe to my YouTube and to my Twitter, and I have a Discord. Trade under me on Bybit and BingX. Description below. Thank you guys, and good luck in your trade. Goodbye.